It looks like they don't touch their freaking boot camp. One had 256 in
Test 1, 2, test, test. They fell out wrong. I would rather use my off. Can you hear me? Awesome, cool. Lots of thumbs up. All right, perfect. Can one of you unmute real quick and talk?
Yep. Can you hear me? Can you hear? You good?
So I'm so glad you guys can hear me, but we cannot hear you. So give us 1 second.
Okay.
I can hear Derek.
We've got a good crowd. We got Tammy, Amanda, Chris, Jake, Emily, John, Danny, Derek. Good morning, Derek. Kate, Lauren, Sarah. Cool. Have them try it? No. Hey, Derek, try talking one more time.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hello.
Thank you. Still not working. All right. Derek, now try.
Testing.
Beautiful. All right. Awesome. Thank you for your patience, guys. Appreciate it. So, all right. So welcome to Dialogue Training today. We have a huge online audience. That's awesome. Thank you all for jumping on. We also have Justin and Mark live in the house today. So thank you, gentlemen, for coming and wishing to grow and expand your business. And we do that by practicing. I put in my comments today on posting this out, practice makes perfect, right? So it's just like any professional sports. They do a lot of practicing. They don't just go out to the court and they don't just start being amazing. They practice a lot. So this is our practice session. And then we are on court and playing the game when we go out with our clients. So we definitely want to fail here so we look amazing with our clients. So obviously this whole week has been prospecting. And so today I've got a few pre-numbers listed up. I go this way, you go that way. I love this. We're going to put tape on the floor. You know, I just thought of that. What a great idea. So we got prospecting today. A few of the things that would come in for that is going to be your FSBO, just listed, just sold, open houses, closed clients, and expired listings. As always, if you ever have anything that you would like to add to that, we're super open to that. I love to look for my first victim. I mean my first volunteer. So is there anybody that would be willing to take on the first challenge? I think Justin smiled the biggest. So Justin, good job, buddy. See, the best part about going first, though, is there's an amazing thing, is you have a wide selection.
Yeah, I do.
So which one would you like today?
Oh, let's hit the closed client.
All right, closed client. I want you to call me and follow up. Let's go. We're 3 weeks out after we closed.
3 weeks after your close?
Yep. Hello.
Hey, Clayton, how you doing?
Justin, doing pretty well. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great. How's that new home treating you?
You know, it's actually been kind of interesting and kind of a bumpy little couple of weeks.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Well, I mean, some of it, is just a little out of our hands and stuff. The movers didn't quite get all of our stuff brought up from Arizona as fast, so we're actually just now got our furniture, so there was a huge delay with that and whatnot, but you know, the other thing too is we had them try and do that condensation issue inside of the electrical panel box, and guess what? It is still condensating inside the panel box, and they clearly didn't fix it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just super frustrating and annoying.
I know that when we did the walkthrough, it was cleaned up. I wonder what's going on.
Well, I think with the last big rain that came through, wherever it's getting in from, I think that was the issue. And I don't know, it's just frustrating that, the sellers would comp out something like that and not actually fix the issue.
Okay. Well, that's a very good, interesting thing. Yeah. Well, do you think it's more of the foundation on the outside of the house, or is it
something to do with the box itself in the basement.
I think it's coming in from the stack that goes up to the roof where the main power line comes in from the power pole. I think it has something to do with that, but I ain't no electrician.
Well, Clayton, neither am I. I have a couple good electricians I work with. Do you want me to get you their contact information so they can take a look at it for you, so we can get this resolved?
Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. And I mean, I super appreciate you willing to roll up your sleeves and help out on that. You know, what's the chances? I mean, if I get an electrician over here, I really want to send the bill back to the sellers.
Yeah. Well, let's find out what the problem is, and I'll reach out to the sellers and see what who their contractor is and what they did themselves as well, and try to figure out why the remedy didn't fix.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So, yeah, man, I super appreciate it. Other than that, it seems to be going well. I mean, like I said, we're getting our furniture unpacked and everything. And so I you know, overall satisfied. Just want to get that figured out because, man, water and electricity just don't mix.
Yeah, I know. That's a horrible thing. So you still loving that view from your deck?
Oh my gosh, it's super amazing. It's awesome, man. The sunsets, remember how we talked about the sunsets? I mean, they're as gorgeous as I thought they would be. It's just, It's awesome.
All right, you'll have to get a picture of one sometime and send it to me. So
Nice. Well,
update
definitely.
on how great it is.
Definitely will, man. So.
All right. Well, hey, Clayton, I'm glad everything's going good minus the condensation. I'll send you over that electrician information, and I'll reach out to the seller's agent as well, and make sure we can get that remedied for you.
Okay, man. Awesome. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Well, hey, Clayton, know anybody else I can help out? Like I'm helping you?
You know, not at the moment, but I know one of my buddies had talked about maybe throwing something around about buying a house, but I don't think they're quite just ready yet. But when the time's right, I'll definitely pass your information along to them.
Well, hey, Clayton, could you ask them for if I could call them, if you can get their name and number to me? Would that be all right?
I don't know about that. So he's kind of he's very introverted. He's very he doesn't like his stuff getting out there. He didn't even have a Facebook page. That's how crazy it is.
Well, how about this? How about we do a group text?
Yeah, that's
Introduce
amazing.
me to them, because what happens is if you just give him my contact information, and let's say John Doe Realtor calls him tomorrow and talks to him, he's most likely going to forget about reaching out to me.
Man, how can somebody forget about you, man? There's no way. All right. Yeah, no, I could probably do the group text, man.
All right, that'd be perfect.
All right, perfect. Well, I super appreciate it. I'll wait for you to send over the electrical information.
Yep, I'll call up hopefully within 48 hours.
Okay, rock on.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Clayton.
Sweet, thank you. Awesome. Dude, it's decent work, man. So I put question marks behind the referral because I thought you were going to stop without asking for referrals. I like the fact that you then took it down the group text. I would maybe just stop after asking for the group text. I don't know if I'd necessarily go in and explain it, you know, as to why, like, you know, I would just stop and say, well, would you mind just setting me up on a group text, introduce me, and I'll just introduce myself and say, hey, I'm a resource if you ever needed, you know, a professional real estate agent. I'd probably stop with that. I don't know if you'd want to oversell on that. One, I like the fact, so obviously, and this is why we practice, because I think it may have hiccuped you just a little bit, thinking like, oh crap, now we have an issue. But you then just picked right back up and you processed it for a second, you picked right back up, and I like the fact that you offered a solution. I would say something in this respect too. Be like, well, you know what, Clayton, what I'm going to do for you is let me reach out to the listing agent, find out what contractor they had come out, and maybe it's something we can get them to come back out and relook at it. And if not, we could also get a second opinion. I've got some professional electrical companies that then we could also have them come out, and maybe we get multiple opinions as to what might be causing this. But let me reach out to the listing agent, find out who they had come out. We'll see if we can get that company to come back. I'll help coordinate that on your behalf, since it sounds like you have a lot on your plate getting unpacked, since unfortunately your furniture came late. I loved that you then ended it on a high note. How's the views on the deck? Whatever it might be, guys, end this on a high note. And so I think that was great to then bring it back to a positive. You don't want it to end on a negative or like a sour note. Bring it back to a positive. So I think that was a really, really good touch. So, yeah, you're welcome. So, kind of like Bob Ross painting the happy tree. Like, we're going to paint a grumpy tree. No, we're going to paint happy trees. So, exactly, just a happy, happy little tree. So, cool. Awesome. All right. Cool. Nice work. Anybody else comments or feedback for Justin's role play?
I always like to review the property condition disclosure at that point. You know what, just, you know, Clayton, I'll take a look at the property condition disclosure, see exactly what it says there.
If it sounds like maybe they didn't disclose everything they should have, I'll contact the agent. Let's see if we can get something rolling.
Right, exactly.
Because I'd rather them have to do all the legwork than have to have my client have to do all that legwork.
Exactly. We want to take that on for our client to show this is why we are elite. This is why we are the agent we are. And let me help you with that. You know, and I think as far as the whole billing thing, I say, you know what, let's figure out the issue. That's what I forgot to write down, but you know, hey, that's a concern. You know, let's just get to the root cause. Let's figure out what's going on, and then we'll tackle and figure out what we're going to happen on the back end. Let me do that heavy lifting for you. So,
Clayton, may I say something?
yeah, you sure can, Derek.
You know, I've been with Jason in a lot of these meetings for the last several months, and you know, Jason, you really have approached it differently. Like I remember in the past, you'd want to do it or you'd be chosen and you're like, I hate doing this. I'm not good at it. And you just jumped right in and attacked it. You sounded confident. You didn't like pause. So you've really developed. I mean, I see a big change in your approach. So, you know, nice job.
Kudos, kudos, kudos. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Derek. That's awesome. Yeah. Perfect. Maybe it's because he started shaving his head. Nah, it's practice. Guys, it's practice. All right. Who wants to go next? Perfect. That is so awesome that Kate decided to go next so she can unmute herself. Nobody made eye contact, so I just had to go with like who looked the least busiest.
Taking notes, taking notes. That's my job.
I love it. All right, cool. So Kate, FSBO, just listed, just sold, open house, or an expired lead?
Let's do, I'm calling back open houses. Is that like people do the open house? Yeah, let's do that.
Open houses can be twofold. It can be in person or it can be a callback. So let's do a callback after an open house.
Okay.
Give me a holler.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Clayton. It's Kate with eXp Realty. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I don't need anything though.
Oh, that's okay. I was just following up because you swung by our house that was for sale over there in Rock Island, and I really appreciated that you took the time to stop by. And I just was hoping to get a little feedback from you to help out the client to know more about what you liked or didn't like about the house.
Oh, you're the open house agent. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I mean, the house was awesome. I mean, I think that was the gray house, right?
Correct, with the nice porch out front.
Yep, yeah, that porch was awesome. I think our biggest turnoff was the laundry was clear down in the basement and the bedrooms are up on the second floor, so it's just a lot of carrying clothes baskets up 2 full flights of stairs, and so that was kind of one of the biggest turnoffs. We would rather have something where the laundry's up on the second floor versus in the basement. But let me tell you what, that was the one with the cool patio, fire pit, barbecue area. So I mean, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand. I wouldn't want to do a lot of stairs either. So it sounds like something with main floor laundry or main floor bedrooms would be better fit for you.
Oh, hands down, yeah. Less stairs as possible. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Is the area where that house was at Rock Island there, is that kind of a good area for you? Are you mainly kind of focused in there, or are you pretty open?
Yeah, no, we're pretty dead set on that area. We don't want the kids to have to change schools, so I mean it's pretty much locked and loaded. It's got to be that area. Absolutely.
The price point on the house that you came through, did you feel like that was a comfortable price point for you, or were you guys leaning towards on cost?
Oh, I mean, you know, I feel like price point wise, it was listed at 400,000 if I remember correctly. So, I mean, we're comfortable with that. I would never pay 400 for that specific house. I think we can get something bigger and a little bit nicer for 400.
Right, absolutely. If we could find something that fit those needs that you're looking for, that the main floor bedrooms with a nice patio area under 400,000, we could definitely maybe be interested in something for you. What are you like? Are you in a hurry to move, or have you guys got some time?
Well, no, we're kind of under the gun. We've already got our house under contract with a private buyer. They're working with us, so I mean, just once we can get something rocking and rolling, we'll be ready to go. So I mean, You know, so yes, I mean, we're going out every Sunday and picking up open houses and running through everything.
Right. Well, it sounds like you guys definitely need to find something sooner rather than later. I'd sure love to help out, send you some information and get some more information from you about specifically what else you might be looking for besides main floor bedrooms and patio, so that I could help you find something sooner rather than later that's perfect for you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you could email me some options where you'd need 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage over in that area, 400,000 and below, finished basement.
Okay, sounds good. Do you have a lender that you guys are already set up with or have talked to kind of talk about what your options are for financing? Are you good there?
Yeah, we're good on that end.
Okay. Can I ask who your preferred lender is?
We're using Exarban Mortgage. They're off 180th in Dodge.
Sounds good. We've worked with them before. That would be great. We already have an established relationship with them, so I'm sure we could do a nice, smooth transaction with them. Well, I don't think you wrote down your email when you came through. Could I get that from you so I can follow up with some searches for you?
Yeah, most definitely. Clayton_Mulford@gmail.com.
Sounds good. I'm going to set up that search for you today and get those sent out to you. And then I'd like to follow up with you this week just to see if I'm catching everything that you're looking for and see if there's anything that caught your eye that we could set up an appointment to go see.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. We're locked.
Sounds good. I will call you back on Thursday at 3. Does that sound like a good time to get a hold of you?
Thursday at 3. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Sounds good. Thanks so much, Clayton. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yep, you too. All right. Okay, I thought you froze for a second. Nice.
Nope.
Kate, that was good. I like your improvements. Like, and I consistently see you on these calls, and you're always practicing, and I can tell you're getting better. So that's awesome. I think my critique on this one is I was driving 70 miles an hour. You were going 55. And so we mirror our client's speed. And I was like, yes, we're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. We've got our house under contract privately. Like, we just need to find a place. I would have, and what I wrote, when I wrote that in there, is, and not saying this was wrong, you went down the avenue of let me send you houses and then I'm going to follow up. And that's great. I think you had an opportunity to say, hey, Clayton, it sounds like you're under a time crunch. How about you come into my office? Let's meet face to face and let's get a plan together so we can go out and look at houses in person on Thursday versus me following up with you on Thursday. So I think you could have gained a few days. I will say though, with your tone and your softness and just your overall presence, like you'll get the client. I think you could have just got them a little quicker. If you were going at their same speed. So as agents, let's always mirror where our clients are at. And if they're very, nope, it's down the road, we're way out, then try for the appointment, but don't push it. But I think in this one, you could have attacked and got that appointment and been like, it sounds like time is of the essence. Let's get you in the office, show you how I'd be a good fit to work with you. And then on Thursday, we can go look at houses in person.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, but overall, I really liked, you recapped really good. So you've been taking some really good notes over the last few months, and I wrote down the word recap 3 times because that's each time you recapped, I wrote it down. I think you did a decent job going through the LP Mama without making it sound salesy. So very good on that. Start listening or start trying to pick up on how fast your client's driving.
Okay.
Just pretty much hop in the car with them and save gas.
That's good.
Just kidding. Kate.
All right, thanks.
Mark, comment?
One thing at the very beginning, and she correcting it, but when you asked for some feedback, when she asked for feedback, she said, I wanted feedback. And she could have just as easily have said, my client would like some feedback.
Yeah.
And then it's not me and it doesn't sound so self-serving.
That's cool.
She ended up saying that I want feedback for my client, but just that little difference of saying it, I think sounds a little bit different to me. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, totally, yeah. Yep. Cool. That's a good little piece to pick up. So I didn't even catch that, so thank you. Nice. Awesome work, guys. All right. Who would like to go next? Look, Justin and Kate are still alive. They're surviving, they're breathing. It will not kill you to practice. Who wants to go next? Oh, Derek, that is so awesome, man. Gosh, your hand went up so fast, I barely saw it.
I knew that was coming.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm great. All
Excellent.
right, man. FSBO, just listed, just sold, or an expired lead, or something in particular.
Let me try a FSBO. I don't think I've done one of those in a while. They can be kind of challenging.
Perfect. All right, let's do this. You're calling the number on the for sale by owner sign.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. My name's Derek Murata, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. And I was driving by your home the other day, and I saw a for sale sign out there. I was wondering, how are things going? Have you gotten any offers on the property yet?
Yeah, we got one, but it was super crappy, so I told them no.
Okay. I noticed that you're asking $425,000 for the property. Can I ask how you came up with that number?
Yeah, I basically just looked through a bunch of different online resources and kind of established, that's where we could price it at. And then, between Zillow and Realtor.com, and I did some automated stuff. And I looked at the county assessor website as well, too.
Well, it sounds like you've sourced a lot of different, information. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, you want to look at, the data that's out there on the market. How long have you had it listed?
We have been, it's kind of been hit and miss here a little bit. We tried about 2 months ago, and then I just didn't have enough time. And so now we just put this one back up here about 2 weeks ago. But we're really going at it this time. I got photos and videos, and I've got it blasted out everywhere. So I think we're going to get it sold this time.
Okay. What sort of feedback did you get from the people who've looked at it?
A lot of them really like it. They really like the color of the floors and the walls, and they like the fact that it's a new roof. So they seem to really like it. So I'm just kind of letting them kind of process a little bit and really, really think about it. But I'm sure we'll get an offer.
Now, have you gotten any negative feedback from anyone? Has there been one particular thing you've heard a lot of people comment on?
No, there's nothing wrong with this house. It's perfect.
Okay. Well, it is beautiful, at least from the outside. I mean, it always catches my eye when I drive by. What's your motivation for selling? Like, why do you want to move? It's a great area. It's a terrific house.
Oh, it's the money, man. I mean, this market is so on fire right now. If I can sell it for $425 with my loan payoff, I'm going to net $200,000 on this bad boy. So, I mean, it's strictly just the money.
Mm-hmm. Now, have you used an agent before to help you try and sell the property?
No, why would I do that?
Well, there are a lot of good reasons. I mean, home sales in general can be very complex. There's a lot of legal issues that can come up as well. So it is helpful to have someone with a lot of knowledge on your side. But I do understand there are homeowners that would like to try and sell it on their own and get more money. I totally respect that.
Yeah.
What I'd love to do, Clayton, I know you're kind of set on selling it yourself. I would love to come down and just share my thoughts with you. I have done some research, and I have a different price in mind, one that I believe will get you a nice profit, but will also help you sell the home. It has been a while, and you've only gotten one bite. And that does, as a realtor, that tells me certain things. So I know your time is valuable. If I could come down and speak with you for 15 or 20 minutes, I'd like to share with you my thoughts, get your feedback. And if you're interested, maybe we can work together. If not, I certainly respect that, and I'll let you continue on your way selling it yourself. Yeah. I've got some availability today at 2 o'clock and tomorrow between 1 and 4. Which one of those days works better for you?
You know what? My email address is c_mulford@gmail.com. Why don't you just send your numbers over? I'll take a peek at them. If I like what I see, I'll give you a holler, and we'll go from there. But I know I can get this done. Being a lawyer and an attorney, I've dealt with many legal things, so I can navigate that no problem. So, but maybe send.
I know some agents would be fine with just the impersonal. Here's some data. Here's some paperwork. But a big part of selling a home is the personal connection and the personal relationship. And I like dealing with my clients face to face. You know, I want to be sitting down in front of you, looking at you when I'm sharing my thoughts. And this way I can also respond right away to whatever questions or concerns you have. Again, we can keep it to 20 minutes. I know you're probably a very busy man. So what do you think? Tomorrow I could, like, I've got between 1 and 4. I could do 2, 3 o'clock. Be in and out real quick, I promise you. But it will not be a waste of your time. At the very least, you'll have information that you could use yourself if you chose not to work with me. But I think you're going to like what I have to say, and you might just change your mind about selling it yourself.
Yeah. Let me try for sale by owner for a few more weeks, and then I'll give you a call, because you definitely seem very persistent, which I like.
Well, you know, you have said that you've had it for sale for a while, okay, and nothing's come of it. So instead of waiting quite that long for us to regroup, I'm going to stop by in a week, okay? And I'm going to knock on your door, and I'm going to have all my information ready. And if you're there, great, we can discuss it. If not, I'll give you a call, and we'll set up a time where I can meet you face to face, okay? Because I want to help you sell this house, and every day that it stays on the market, that actually works against you. And I don't want to see that happen. I want to see you sell that home and get the best price you can.
All right, man. I'll look for you in 1 week. 1 week on my doorstep.
I will be there. Clayton, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. All right. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Perfect. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Right. Very, I'm trying to think of a word to sum it up. I can't come up with one. Very confident, maybe almost too much confidence. Maybe too much.
Boy, can't win for trying.
Yeah, maybe like non-persuasive. So, and I think maybe, and don't get me wrong, Derek, I really like, you're pushing your boundaries, and I can tell, because usually you're not like this, and I like that you're trying to grow, so that's awesome, dude. I think the piece where I'm maybe thinking or leaning towards is try and let me get more out of me, I think would help the conversation, and let me try and explain a little bit more on my side of stuff, and then we just sit back and listen and recap a little bit more. Mark, what's your thought?
Clayton, the seller said I want $425 for my house. Well, Clayton, let me ask you a question. It's all about net and what you're netting afterwards. If I can show you how I can help you net more on your house and what you can do, selling it at $425, I can get the most amount of money in the shortest period of time with the least amount of hassles. Would that be something you'd be interested to talk to me about?
Right. That's a very good. I think that would have been your perfect segue in. And I think because I made it very, maybe not very clear, but that was my intention, was the money. Like, it's all about the money. I said, hey, I can net $200,000. This is why I'm doing it. Who cares about everything else? And so let's hone in on that. And I like your way that you segue in. If I can get you, more for your house in the less amount of time with least amount of effort, and then you could do like what you kind of gathered, Derek, and what you were able to get out of me, which is great, is take and be like, well, you've tried it once, it failed. You're now back on for 3 weeks. And like you said, time is going to start hurting you. So your confidence, man, though, I like the fact that you're just like, you know what, I'll give you 1 week, and then I'm just going to come and show up, and hopefully we can connect and I can help you. So
well, I wouldn't be that bold with perhaps a traditional client, but we all, we talk about FSBOs and how so often these people can be overly confident and overly assured that their way of doing things or their thinking is right and that they don't need a realtor. So I was thinking I kind of wanted to counter that in a way.
Right. Yep. Definitely. So cool. No, good work, man. I would do Mark's way of trying to get in and snag any loop that we get, snag it and run with it. And this one was a financial piece. So I would definitely say let's try and run down that route a little bit further. So, but good.
Can I add some feedback to that?
Go ahead, Chris.
So when you said that you were an attorney at that point in time, I would have said, well, great. What do you practice? And then just use that as a segue, to say, well, if I were to go to court, would you recommend that I represent myself or would you recommend an attorney? And generally you're going to say attorney. And then I would say, well, why aren't you doing the same here? Why are you not allowing a professional to help you out here? That would have. Go ahead.
Really good.
Sorry, yeah, I thought you were done. That's a very good point. I love where you're going with that. That's a good segue. I did write a note here, and I kind of did the same, not quite to the same effect of what Chris is pointing out there, but I said, I wrote down, would you send your client's number via email? Would you send your clients your numbers, your costs, your fees, and everything via email when you start digging in? No, they're going to get you to come in. So you could almost take it and turn their profession around and say, no, you don't do it, so why would I do it? So I need to come see you. Same extent to what Chris is saying there, like, hey, you know, when I go represent in court, are you going to say represent myself or go with an attorney? Well, obviously with an attorney. Okay, great. Use your profession then. So thank you for that insight, Chris. That was good. Cool. Awesome. Derek, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Who's next?
I'll tell you what, since I'm new to the group, I'm happy to go next.
John is up, and then I saw Emily's hand. So we'll go John, and then we're going to go Emily. All right, John, welcome, man.
Thank you.
What country are you in?
I'm sorry?
What part of the country are you from?
North Metro Atlanta.
Okay, very cool. Sweet. Well, thank you for joining us. I know, I think I saw you on last week, and I didn't get a chance to call on you, so.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Cool. Good. We're excited to have you, man. All right. So just listed, just sold, or an expired?
Let's do expired since I've never called expireds.
All right. So you just got the list for the day, and my address and contact info is on there, and you're calling me. My house expired. The listing expired.
Fantastic. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mr. Mulford?
Yeah.
Hey, this is John Hahn with Keller Williams, and I'm hoping I'm not the 75th caller and you're just so tired of talking to real estate agents that you don't ever want to speak to one of us again.
Oh, it's getting pretty close. I mean, geez, you guys must sit there like vultures and wait for this to come out.
There's a certain part of that, but you know, let me tell you. I mean, and I hope I can have a minute of your time, and I'll keep this brief. Is you know, our team does work a lot with expired listings. And I'm just calling to see what your plans are. Are you going to put the house back in the market? And what are you looking to do?
Well, our first agent sucked, so we're not going to go with that agent. We learned a very valuable lesson with that. So my wife and I decided we are going to relist the house. We are going to interview multiple agents, and we're going to go with whoever has the best program, marketing structure, and ideas of getting our house sold, because we have a very unique house.
Well, I certainly saw the listing. I mean, from my perspective, I don't understand why your house didn't sell. So let me ask you, why do you think your house didn't sell?
Because our agent sucked.
Well, I hope I can speak for most of my brethren at KW. You know, we're good agents. I hope it wasn't a KW agent.
No, nope, it wasn't. It was a small little no-name brokerage here in town.
Gotcha.
Screwed up. I mean, you know, it's just sometimes it just, you know, you get caught up and it all looks good and stuff on paper, but man, when it comes time to perform, like it clearly fell short.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, you're going to be interviewing other agents. I would love to come over and talk to you. I think, you know, as I said, looking at your listing, I don't understand why it didn't sell. So it comes down to one of a few things, right? You're in a great school district, in a great location. Your house looks great in pictures. I'd really have to see it live time to see if that's, you know, if it looks like everything that's going on, why it didn't sell, and what your price is like. So I'd like to sit down and talk with you about that. Would that work for you?
Yeah, so we're basically doing interviews. Let me look here. Yep, I could basically, we still got a Thursday at 3 slot, or we've got a Friday at 10 a.m. slot. We're going to have a decision made, hopefully by Friday or Saturday, what agent we want to go with.
Fantastic. I would love to be there Thursday at 3.
Okay, great. Thursday at 3, and you said you're with Keller Williams, correct?
You got it.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Well, we'll go ahead and plan on interviewing you Thursday at 3 then.
Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Clayton. Bye-bye.
All right. So a little bit different. I feel like maybe a little bit more digging would help. The one biggest critique that I think I would give you on this is I don't know if telling them that you don't understand why it didn't sell is a good thing. Because I took it as of like, if he doesn't understand, if he can't come up with something as to why he feels like my house didn't sell, is he really going to know how to turn around and sell my house? So, I almost was kind of like, I don't know if that is a good thing to say, I don't know why your house didn't sell. Because then it could almost be perceived, and not saying this would happen, but I feel like some people would perceive that as, this guy doesn't know what he's doing then. So, and I think usually we probably have a general idea when we call these. We look at the house and its price, condition, location, something in that effect that's going to cause it. I would say what I would do is turn it around and be like, okay, so you went with a little no-name brokerage, and you think it was the little no-name brokerage did not perform. What part of the performance do you think they fell short on? And that's where I think you could have got me to open up to get a little bit more, and then you could have came back and been like, well, you know what, Clayton, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because yes, I do agree, not having professional photos and not having a 3D tour and not having it marketed on XYZ websites is part of the reason why it did not sell. I would love to come by Thursday, at 2 o'clock and show you our marketing plan and why we are different than all the other agents and how we can get your house sold for more money in the least amount of time. Can I come over Thursday, or I'll see you Thursday at 3 o'clock? So I think just by digging just a little bit more on that would have been tenfold.
Gotcha.
So, but what I would like to give you kudos on is you've got a very good tone, coming through on our speaker, like you sounded really good. You sounded good. You sounded like you were navigating decent. You weren't stumbling or struggling. So that was very good, and I'm sure that portrays across the phone to your clients as well too. So nice work on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. So how was it? You still surviving? See, it wasn't as bad as you thought it would be.
Hey, I got the appointment, right?
Right, exactly. You got the appointment, man. Check. Mark, did you have a comment?
Two quick things. First of all, the idea of you wanting to interview multiple agents, I would compliment. You know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we recommend for all of our sellers to do. On the other side of that, I want to be the last one in, and the reason I want to be the last one in, Clayton, is because I want to show you how we differentiate ourselves from the competition. I'm going to show you some things that we do that nobody else in the industry does, and the reason why our team has the highest rate of closes here in our metro area.
Yep. You almost dangle that carrot, and here's where I think you have to set it up right, because yes, I think you're taking a slight risk by being the last one in, but there's huge benefits. What's the benefit? I'm the last one in, so I know there's nobody after me, so I can go for the hard close.
I go with papers in hand, baby.
You betcha, baby. You have the papers in hand, or you have your dot loop loaded up and you are ready to sign contract, because I'm the last agent. What you need to do, though, on the phone is you got to dangle a good enough carrot as to why they need to wait for you. And you know what, Mark? I am going to bring you some stuff that nobody else is going to bring you in the presentation, so I really look forward to showing you how I'm completely different and something completely unique to just me and how I run my company. I'll see you Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Even as positive, and I look forward to helping you sell your house.
Exactly.
Assume the listing.
Yep.
Not just the appointment, but the listing also.
Yep.
Assume it right there on the phone.
You betcha. Oh, yep. Yeah, so dangle that really good carrot and say, hey, I want to be the last one in, but get them to be like, wow. So then, and then not that this, so Justin comes in, Mark comes in, but Clayton dangled this carrot, and I'm like, wow, I got to talk to, then I'm like, sorry, Justin, nope, we got a few other agents we're going to talk to. So dangle that carrot, a really good golden carrot, and get them to wait for you. So.
With that said, the preparation is, how do you differentiate yourself from other clients? And you have to understand exactly how you do that in your marketplace and the team that you're on, so that when it comes time to make these phone calls, you know exactly what you're going to say when it comes to that appointment.
Exactly. Yeah. And that is a huge, what is your value? And I know this is completely off topic in a different training, but what's your value? How are you different? How do you stand apart? Like, are you memorable or are you forgettable? Which are you? You want to be memorable. Okay. And so, how do you set yourself apart? And I would challenge you, anybody on this call today, if you don't know what your value is or how you stand apart from another agent, That's your action item for next week, because I want you to figure out how are you different. It could be your service network. It could be what you do for your clients, how you treat them, when you take phone calls, what you provide. I mean, there is a lot. I've won listings because I showed up with all my documents and all my presentations, and one person showed up with a business card and said, what do you want me to list your house for? Sounds great, right? Because you could say, well, I want you to list it for $500,000 when it's really only worth 300. Sounds great, but we need to go as professionals. So how do you differentiate your business? You know, it's no different than a restaurant. Why do you guys keep going back to the same restaurant? They've differentiated themselves. There's a billion barbecue places, right? Why is this one good? Well, they got good food, they got good service, they got good atmosphere. That's how they're differentiating themselves. That's what we need to do. Make sense? Sorry, that was a huge soapbox. That was really fun to get up, and now I'm going to get off, okay? All right. John, nice work, man. Thank you for volunteering. Emily, you're up. How are you?
You?
Can't complain. It's a beautiful day. All right. Just listed. Let's see here. Closed client open house. We've kind of gone through. Do you want to do just listed, just sold, or do you want to repick? I'll let you have the whole gamut. You get everything.
I'm kind of new at all of them. So let's go with the listed sold.
All right. So do you want to do, just call me and you can pick if you want to do a just listed or just sold one and give me a holler.
So it's, hold on. So you just listed the house, or like we listed the house?
Give me a call. You had the listing. You just listed a property in the neighborhood and you're calling around to see if you can get any more business off of it.
Oh, okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Emily Lynch. I'm with KW Elite Real Estate, and I am calling to let you know that I have recently listed a house in your neighborhood, and I was trying to reach out to see if you might be interested in listing your property as well.
Nope, not at the time, but I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day.
Hey, not a problem. Hey, if you don't mind, I can grab a couple minutes of your time. Not everybody is always in the market, today or tomorrow. Maybe if you're 6 months, 12 months, even 18 months out, I would like to get in front of you, let you know what my business is about and how I can help you guys in the future when you are ready to make that move.
I'm actually just getting ready to run into the grocery store, so I really don't have time today.
You know what? I totally understand that. Would you mind if I gave you a call back tomorrow evening?
Sure.
When you had a little bit more free time?
Yeah, 6:30.
6:30? Wonderful. I will go ahead and mark you down. Like I said, I'll be kind of in the neighborhood, and maybe I can even stop by if that'd be better.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and stop by tomorrow evening at 6:30 and introduce myself and let you know how I can be here to help you in your future real estate needs.
All right, perfect. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good evening.
So I was pretty much a hard-boiled egg. Like, there was no cracking that one. So I think you did a decent job with just knowing and pacing yourself. I think you realized pretty quick that you weren't going to get anywhere with me on that. And honestly, guys, when we are making just listed, just sold calls, that is part of our duty. Like, we have to figure out, like, which one are we going to sit there and try to get to move them along? Like, you don't want to waste your time. You know, it's no different than an internet lead that registers and says, yeah, thanks for calling me, pound sand. Well, then you try back again. They tell you to pound sand another time. You're like, all right, I'm wasting my time. They've told me no. Let's move along to find the yes. And so I would say you did a good job at that. I think the piece where, it was almost kind of like grabbing. Like, as soon as I told you no, wasn't interested, you were kind of like grabbing to try and keep me on the phone. I'm curious, before I go into my little spiel, is there anybody else that feels like they would have something that you could provide a value to keep my interest peaked, to keep me on the phone? Mark?
Clayton, this is Mark Cohn with KW Elite Real Estate. You might have noticed I just had a home sold 3 doors up from you. I still have buyers looking for homes, Clayton. Have you and your wife ever think about selling at this time? Would there be a price point that you'd be willing to sell your home right now.
Wow, that one 3 doors up already sold. Didn't you just put the sign in the yard?
I sold it in 24 hours.
Oh, that's
and we
amazing.
actually had it priced about $5,000 over market value because we knew what the market in this area is doing. Mr. Mulford, you're in a great neighborhood. Homes are selling quickly. If you're at all interested in selling your home, I'd love to have an opportunity to sit down with you and your wife and tell you a little bit about the market and how I would get very top dollar for you in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles.
Yeah, sounds great. You know, I don't think we're quite there just yet, but it definitely sounds like you're a professional in the area, so we'll definitely have to keep you in mind.
Hey, I really appreciate that. In the meantime, just so that you can stay abreast of what's going on in your neighborhood, I kind of farm your area. It's very important to me. Would it be all right with you if I start sending you emails of homes that are listed in your neighborhood so you can see what the market is doing? And maybe I'll check in with you every couple of weeks just to see how things are. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure, why not, man? I always like to know how much my house is worth.
Thank you. Okay, and that's your email address, clayton@mulford.com.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I will talk with you in a couple of weeks just to make sure that you got my email and that you're getting the listings as they hit the market.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mulford.
Yep. Yeah, so I like where you went with that. So Emily, the piece that I was going to tie in and like put on that is reattach back to the value of their house. Well, you know what? It sounds like you're not interested currently, but you know, can I please, you know, would you be interested in an evaluation of what your home is worth? I'll set you up. I'll send you on a monthly basis what houses are selling for, and try and just capture that little piece. At least it's a foot in the door. I like the fact, though, you went back, you said, well, great, when can I follow up with you? So 6:30 tomorrow. You weren't afraid to go and attack another phone call and then even say, hey, you know what, I'm actually going to be out in the area, so I may just even come and knock on your door.
Cool.
I like that. I like what you're thinking. Is there any, and I don't know, this just ran through my thought when you were role-playing, Mark, is there any negative condensation to say, I farm your area? And I don't know.
Farming is a lingo I shouldn't have used. Farming.
Yeah, that's the part I'm on.
I market to your neighborhood is what I should have said.
I like that better.
That would have been better. I agree
like
with you.
That better. Yep.
You found a chink in my armor, Clayton. Nicely done.
Yeah. So we always, and not that farming is a bad word, but it could be classified as like CMA and, you know, comps, and people are like, what are you talking about? You farm. Like you plant corn in my neighborhood? Like that's weird, you know? Cool. Emily, nice job. Mark, nice job as well too, man.
Thank you.
We got time for one more. Who would like to go? I would call on Dana, but he would probably flip out. I mean, Dana's on though. Dana's like, I'll take the client part. Danny. Unmute yourself, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, Clayton?
You were hoping you were going to get off today, weren't you?
I was trying.
Yeah, no such luck. So I want you to give me a call. I have a for sale by owner sign in my yard. Call me.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Clayton, this is Danny Markley, Keller Williams. How you doing today, sir?
Been good. How about you? What can I do for you?
Hey, happened to be in your neighborhood, dropped by your house the other day, was listing another client's house up on Manor House, and I saw the for sale by owner sign in your yard. I was just wondering how that's going for you.
I think it's going good. I mean, still mowing around the sign. How's my yard?
Right.
What'd you think?
So you're mowing around the sign. So how long have you had it for sale?
Oh, I think we're coming up here probably on 2.5 weeks now.
2.5 weeks. Have you received any offers yet?
Nope.
Nope. Well, I tell you, Clayton, what are you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you listing the home for?
We currently have it listed for $299,900.
Right. So, and where'd you come up with that value?
I actually spoke with another agent that's a good friend of mine, and he basically provided that number for me, just out of the courtesy. I told him, I said, I'm going FSBO. He understands, he gets it and stuff, but he was willing to give me the price, so that was his price.
All right, and he understands and gets, why is it, what about listing it on your own? What's your reason for doing that and not using your friend that's an agent or someone else?
Oh, I mean, just basically, you know, we'll save a little bit here, and I just figured why involve another person? I mean, it sounds like the more people you get involved, it just gets more convoluted and crazy. So why not just come directly to me? I know the most about the house. I know the ins and outs, you know, and then it sounds like from there I get this paperwork and I just send it off to title, and title basically puts everything together, and we're good to go.
Right, right. Well, Clayton, if have a minute, just you know, kind of provide to you the information when you use accomplished realtor and the clients that choose to work with me. First, we use the multiple listing service to prepare a competitive market analysis of your home specifically. So what that means is I would actually look at homes that within a half-mile or so radius of yours and like, kind, and condition to really identify the pricing. With that being said, I'm a little concerned about that pricing because what we're seeing in today's market, most homes are selling within or receive multiple offers within 3 to 6 days. Clayton, right now in our market, a balanced market, is 6 months of inventory. Pre-COVID, we were right about 2.5 months. We are tracking right around 2 to 2.5 weeks worth of inventory. So what that means, Clayton, that, you know, your house, you should have already received multiple offers and very likely have sold it. So what I'd like to do, you know, if you'd be open to it, I'd like to come by, take about 15, 20 minutes, go over the competitive market analysis I prepared and show you what, you know, what I would recommend selling your house for, the service we can provide, and what type of net return you could have. Is that something you'd be open to?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really think I got it priced pretty good at $299,900. I don't see how there'd be a better price.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I mean, maybe the price is right. Maybe we're just not marketing it properly.
Sorry, Andy just poked his head in. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I don't know. So,
Gave it away that I have Walmart priced my house.
right, exactly.
You know, Danny, if you'd like to come over and run your numbers and show me what you got, I'd be more than happy. Could you come over Thursday at 6?
Sure, not a problem. Thursday at 6. Now, Clayton, do you have a significant other that's selling this with you, or is it just you to live in the home?
Just myself, man.
All right.
It up.
Excellent. All right, so Clayton, like I said, I'd like to be there at 6 o'clock on Thursday. I'll have a prepared market analysis. Can I just go over a few things with you? Is there anything that you've done with regards to upgrades or modifications to the home since you have purchased it?
Yeah, why don't you just basically maybe check out the pictures. I have them on Trulia.com. You'll see all the upgrades I've done. It's all glorious. So, yeah, check everything out. I've done so many updates, I don't have time to talk about all of them, but I will Thursday at 6.
Okay, and just real quick, I appreciate it. It sounds like you're want to go, but I also want to make sure I make the most of your time at Thursday at 6. So truly, all the information regarding bedrooms, bath, and square footage is current and correct?
Yep.
Excellent, Clayton. One last thing, I'd like to send out a email invite calendar, just a reminder and a little information about my team and I. Can I get your email address, please?
C_Mulford@gmail.com.
Excellent. I appreciate that. All right, Clayton. Thank you. Look forward to see you Thursday at 6.
Cool. Thank you. All right, man. Definitely. So I think the biggest piece there is you got my appointment. Try and get the closing quicker. I like where you were what you were getting, and it's pertinent information to get. So I would almost preference, Danny, what I would say, perfect, Clayton. I am so excited to meet with you at 6:30 on Thursday evening. To make the most of that appointment, I need to ask these 3 quick questions. What updates have you done on the property? Great. And then go through your list real quick. Will there be any, is it just you or will there be a spouse? You know, and run through, but just really slam through those fast because you got an appointment, so we don't want to like oversell. So now it's almost like, hey, thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me. Just to make the most, I need X. Okay, so I would say that up maybe just a tish. Let's see here. I feel like, and you started going down the long selling path, I think you could have just been like, hey, I got the house at $299,900. You could have been, and that's why Andy poked his head in and said, well, I have a house Walmart price. Like this house really should be at $300,000, so it's on the even numbers. Does everybody like just thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you understand what we mean by Walmart pricing? I got one person shaking head no, so we're going to explain it quick. We got 2 minutes. I'm glad. Thank you for saying no, you don't understand. I appreciate it. So we priced the house at $299,900. All right, perfect. So we got the price right here. And we look up here. So when people are searching online, typically there's no drop-down box. Or there's a type-in box, online searching. People are not going to type in their max price of $299,900, right? All right, they're going to type in 300,000. Okay. So if our price is that, and we type in our max is 300, which is right here, perfect. We're going to show up for every buyer that is down here. Okay. So we showed up online for this person. But what happens if you have somebody that says, hey, I'm looking for a $300,000 to $400,000 house? My house just didn't show up. I'm not in the searches. So basically, if you price it here on the evens at the 300, not only do I get these buyers over here, but I get everybody that's searching up above as well too. So you've now doubled your searching power online, okay? And let's face it, 92% of all buyers start their search online, so we have to cater to the online, and this is the best way to set up. And then from here, you're like, well, Clayton, I can't get it at 3. Try and get it to the quarters then. So 25, 50, and 75 are the next best. So 325, 350, 375, 400. If you can't get to that, then you could take it down to the 5s, and you could do 20, 30, 40, 50. You know, so try and get it to those numbers as close that you can. Ideally, even number, then quarters, and then down to the dropping the 5s down to the 0s then. Okay. And we see it all too often. What really blows my mind is when somebody goes $999. So they missed it by $1. And what if this was the perfect house and somebody was willing to spend $300,000 and then I didn't show up? So that is Walmart pricing. The reason why we say Walmart pricing, you go to Walmart and what's their product cost? $4.97, $12.97. So it's just under that to make it look good, which works in person, but online, not so much. So we discourage that. And I think where I was going with that is you could have been like, well, you know what? It sounds like you've gotten some advice. I'd like to show you some better advice and how I can actually list your house for more. That's going to double your buying searches online. Are you available Thursday at 6 o'clock for me to come over? And I think that's a really good carrot to dangle. So.
All right, thank you.
Woo, sorry, I went 1 minute over. So I stole a minute. I'll try and credit back next week to you guys. But I super appreciate you all jumping on today. And if you have any questions, you all probably know, but I'll end with it anyways. Clayton@kwelite.com or Clayton@eliterealestatesystems.com is my email. Feel free to reach out. We're happy to help you out. Otherwise, we'll plan on seeing you guys back here next week. Thanks, guys. Good work to all the participants.